In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Doogee S200 Plus. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. I have partnered with Doogee once again to go ahead and showcase their brand new Doogee S200 Plus. Of course, they have a device that they recently released as well last year. This is the regular Doogee S200, and we're going to go ahead and compare the differences of both these devices later on. But first and foremost, I want to talk about the unboxing experience with this device. Everything was pretty nice as far as the unboxing experience goes. We do have like a screen protector inside the box right here. As you guys can see, we have our manuals and warranties and all that good type of stuff. But we also have a charger inside the box, which is something that we don't see a lot anymore of. So beautiful to see that. And we do have some other stuff inside of here as well. But really great to see we have that screen protector right out of the box. And we have a screen protector on the display already as well. Now, of course, first and foremost, we have a 6.72 inch 120 hertz Full HD IPS water drop display right here, as you guys can see. And so far, it actually looks pretty good. This is a very, very smooth display as well. Of course, this is going to be one of those devices that a lot of construction workers are going to be using. Anybody that works outside, maybe you go hiking a lot, maybe you're someone who's an avid biker and you go to the mountains or the wilderness a lot. This is going to be for the person that needs to take a device through any terrain. And of course, this is going to be able to go through pretty much any terrain. Going over to the right side of the device right here, we have our fingerprint sensor doubling as our power button. A very, very accurate fingerprint sensor, as you guys can see. You guys are going to be able to open your phone up. No issue right here. Very great stuff right there. We also have some very tactile and clicky volume up and down buttons right there, as you guys can see. And we have this insane Mecha design all around this phone. Very, very rugged. Definitely not going to be able to break this at all. We have our SIM tray right here. Just below that, we have an extra button on this side that you guys can actually go ahead and set to open applications, set to open up the camera. There's a lot of customizations you can do to this, so absolutely love that we have that feature there. At the bottom of this phone right here, of course, we have this little blocker right here, so no water or dirt or anything gets inside of there. If you guys are like in the mountains or in the desert or something like that, you guys are gonna have to pick out wood and sand and dust and water and all that type of stuff out of this. You guys are gonna have an extra blocker for protection at the bottom of this display. And of course, the back of the phone, this is the new design. This is the updated design. This is the older design right here. There are gonna be a lot of differences that we're gonna go over in a second. But again, I really do like this new design right here. We also have a little plastic part right here where you guys can put in like a keychain or something like that. Also on the back of this device, we have a quad camera setup capable of 4K video recording. And of course, we can use night vision on this as well. So we have a 20 megapixel night vision camera on the back of this. Beautiful to see. And our front facing camera is actually going to be a 32 megapixel front facing camera. Now, as you guys know, we do have a new rear display right here. This is something that you can do a lot of different things on here, like listen to music, of course, tell the time. We have a little compass right here. Great tool right there. We have our calendar, and there's some other stuff that you guys can go ahead and add on here, which is great to see. But this display is really, really nice. So this is a new upgraded display. This is actually the first 1.32 inch 60 hertz Amoled display. So this is an AMOLED display. This is going to be 466 by 466. So we have a high resolution for this 1.3 inch display on the back of this phone. And one of the crazier things is that YouTube is a capability that we can have on this device. So pretty crazy stuff right there. Go ahead and click right here. We can go ahead and watch YouTube shorts and different videos and stuff like that. Yeah, no, thought this was insane stuff right here. It looks really good too. It's not just this little gimmick right here, but it looks really good. So very, very nice looking display. In here, we also have a Dimensity 7300 4nm 5G processor inside of here. So an octa-core processor. We now have 512 gigabytes of internal storage, and we can expand our storage via micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. The battery we have inside of here as well is a 10,100 milliamp battery. So a huge, huge battery. 33-watt fast charging. We have Android 14 on here. We also have some other applications where we can use some artificial intelligence modes in here. We also have 12 gigabytes of RAM inside of here, and we can extend that to 32 gigs with that extended RAM inside of here. We have an 18-watt high power reverse charging inside of here as well, and some pretty decent speakers on this as well. Now getting to the comparison of the Doogee S200 Plus versus the regular Doogee S200 right here. Well, first and foremost, this is obviously the better design on the newer device. It honestly looks way cooler than this older design. This is like a Mecha 2.0 design. Definitely looks like a futuristic robot or something like that. Super cool design right here. Definitely much better than the older S200. So I feel like that's the biggest difference right here. This is also going to be 19.1 millimeters thick compared to this device where it's only 15.8 millimeters thick. And we do have a few different options we can choose from on the new device as far as our color. So we have Mystic Black, we have Volcanic Red, and of course we have Champagne Gold, whereas the older S200 only had Mecha Silver and Shadow Gray. As far as our upgrades go to the processor, we have a Dimensity 7300 processor in the brand new S200 Plus instead of a Dimensity 7050. We also have double the RAM in this device now at 512 gigabytes of internal storage and only 256 in the older one. So a huge difference right there. We have about the same displays for the front displays on these. On the new device, we have a front-facing 32 megapixel camera compared to the older 20 megapixel camera. It's going to have the same battery, but we are also going to have Bluetooth 5.4 instead of Bluetooth 5.0, and we're also going to have NFC support on this just like we had on the older device. Going back in the Doogee S200 Plus, we do have some really cool stuff on this phone. I do want to get into the toolbox on this. As you guys can see, we have a folder called Tools. We can use our child mode in this. We have an easy launcher, a sim toolkit, our game mode in here, our QR scanner, but we also have a slew of different tools that are going to be very, very useful to people that may be in nature and may need to survive something that would have otherwise gone into a bad route. So of course we have a compass inside of here. We have a sound meter. We have pick hanging on here. We have a gradienter. We have a height measure, a magnifier, protractor. We have a plumb bob, an alarm bell, a mirror, pedometer, torch, and then of course an NFC card emulator right there. So really cool tools inside of here. Amazing to see that we have that in here. We also have some reverse charging capabilities on this device. So if you guys need to charge up a different device, again, this does hold 10,100 milliamps of battery inside of here. So this is going to be the device to use in case of like, you know, a situation where you run out of life on other devices. So amazing to see that on here. Beautiful. Getting into that rear display again, we can choose different watch wallpapers right here, as you guys can see, depending on like what type of style you guys want. So that's another cool thing that we can use on here. Another pretty cool thing right here, if you go ahead and click on this, you guys can see yourself in the camera. And you guys can actually go ahead and take photos like this, which is pretty cool. We also have some settings on here that we can go ahead and customize, such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, our ringer, a notification system, and of course airplane mode. But overall, this is definitely a great phone for any outdoorsman out there. This is going to really save you in those hard moments where you need a device that can last through crazy terrain like desert, winter storms, and different stuff like that. It can definitely survive a ton of different drops. And of course, it has a ton of battery and a ton of tools inside of here that are going to help you get on your way through life, basically. So overall, really cool phone right here. This is definitely going to be for that specific person that needs to get through this types of things. So really enjoyed this device so far. If you guys have any questions about this rugged phone beast, again, leave them in the comments section down below. This has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.